Hurting in you now. Try to blame me for your light-headed sound, baby.
It's your boy Conserviz 34, and I want to go behind this song Virginia in the Rain and tell you how this connects to my life. Virginia is a state that my father was born in, and it's also the state that his parents, my grandparents, were born in. I used to go there a lot as a kid, from my early toddler days to my godfather's wedding in the mid-90s, and it's a special place to me. And this song, Virginia in the Rain, was first performed in its entirety during my first ever pit show in Hartford of 2015. I actually uploaded that entire song, and that was a turning point in my channel as well, as many D&B fans looked at my video to check out this first premiere of the song. I started going back to Virginia in my adult life in 2019. I had been Facebook friends and Facebook pen pals with my grandmother's first cousin, Cornelius Harding Jr., and he kept telling me I had to come visit him. So lo and behold, in 2019, I went down to visit him, his sister Barbara Jean, and my godfather, and many other family members that I hadn't seen in years. Me and cousin Tweezer, aka Cornelius Harding Jr., had a special bond. We were talking for hours upon hours upon hours as I drove him around to his family members and loved ones and shared stories and introduced me to them. I told them next year I'm coming back with your first cousin, my grandmother, and we're going to have a wonderful time. Well, 2020 had different plans. The pandemic started to build up in February, and I had to call to cancel the trip and tell cousin Tweezer that I wasn't going to be able to make it. But that wasn't the end of our year together. We would talk every holiday, both of us living alone. His wife passed away some years ago, and me just being a single bachelor. We laughed and talked for hours on the phone during every single holiday. Keeping us company was our stories, and of course, we were there to make sure we were both doing all right in this difficult time. As the pandemic continued, cousin Tweezer went to the hospital. I kept checking in with my grandmother and getting updates from family down in Virginia, and in September of 2020, cousin Tweezer passed away. I knew that whenever this thing got better, as soon as I could get vaccinated, I needed to go down to pay my respects to my cousin Tweezer. So I ended up going to the cemetery to pay my respects to a beloved family member, Tweezer, and it was beautiful. It was a military cemetery, and I was just looking at all the 2020 tombstones and reading the different quotes and the different levels of service. And as soon as I got there, I was at peace. It was something on my heart the entire rest of the pandemic, knowing that he was gone. But I got a sense of peace just being there. And I get back to my hotel. Mind you, before this and every day after this, there was no rain. But that night that I went to go pay respects to him, I'm in Virginia on the ocean front, and it starts raining, and I started playing Virginia in the Rain in the hotel, and it was a special moment. The song meant so much right there. It was like he was sending that rain down from heaven for me as a sign. It did not rain again the rest of the trip that I was there, but there I was in the hotel, a thunderstorm, right after seeing him that night after, and hours after I had been to his gravesite. I'm in Virginia, it's raining, and I'm thinking about the times I had with him, and even though I couldn't get that extra trip in with my grandmother before he passed, I knew it was a special sign from heaven. So that's my story of Virginia in the Rain and what it means to me. And I go to the Gorge in 2021, and of course Dave plays it acoustically, and I almost lost it emotionally. But this song is so much more than the lyrics, the chords. It's something that has been tied to various parts of my life, from my first pit show to family and a special family member who passed away, and a family member who served this country, and after serving this country, served his family, served his church, served the community. He worked for the Postal Service. So that is my Virginia in the Rain story. It's your boy Conserviz 34. Peace.
It's your boy Concert Viz 34 back at home.
What up? What up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34.
Yep, so your boy Concert Viz 34 coming to you here.
What up? What up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Aria. Okay, so this is Aria, and just tell us a little bit about yourself and about your love for the Dave Matthews Band.
I've been a fan of the band since April 28, 1998. And if you recognize the date, that's when Before These Crowded Streets was released.
Madison. Alpine is definitely a better venue than Summerfest, but we'll take it. I think I've been going to shows for about 20-something years.
I always tell people, like, compare DMB to now to when I first started. And I got started, in my opinion, I feel like I got started late. Like, I was at the very end of the band's prime. I feel like that 03 to 06 was like the end of the prime. 07, 08 was like, you know, we're at the very end. And then when Roy passed.
Dave really, this is the thing. Dave has put, Rashawn has been assigned the quarterback of this team. He is the coach, the play caller. He designs the jams. Dave just shows up and plays whatever he's going to play. What up? What up? It's your boy Conservis 34. I'm back here. As you saw, I had a little bit of a different intro video today. Just want to wish a happy belated Veterans Day to anyone who has served this country. We thank you for your service in defending our freedoms. As you saw, I, just like many people during this pandemic, as I walked through the cemetery, I just reflected on everyone who has passed during a time where you couldn't pay respects to people, especially our men and women that have served in uniform. So this stream is dedicated to Cornelius Harding Jr., my grandma's first cousin, who is technically one of my cousins, and became like a third grandfather to me for the last 5 years of his life. As we kind of develop a bond, we love stories. I know Hines and Jen said, it's always, all we have left is stories, family first, and that's what I am. I love hearing from the elders in my family about the past, what they've done, how they've served others, how they've sacrificed to get me where I am. Anyway, so yeah, happy belated Veterans Day to those who have served, and I thank you guys who have family members, wives, husbands, children, nieces and nephews that have that you've you know supported to go out there and protect us. I know it's not easy, especially when it comes to being that husband or wife or father or son or mother, whatever, those close family relationships when people are deployed. So we're going to look at this MSG Night 1 here, and we're going to be looking at this show as well in Foxborough, Massachusetts, that took place. And the big story today was from Jeff Coffin. Jeff Coffin tested positive for COVID-19 sometime between yesterday, which would be the November, or oh no, excuse me, sometime between Thursday the 11th and Wednesday the 10th. That's kind of what we can trace it to, because he was at the show here. If you look right there, that's me, and that's a picture of me in the pit on the 9th. That'd have been Tuesday the 9th. So somewhere Wednesday or Thursday morning, he ended up going, testing positive and had to separate, because if you look at Foxborough, Jeff did not perform at this private event, which again we'll get more into. But we want to look at this November 12th show. Oops. Oh, you know what? And I'm gonna have to change this. I put November 13th on the stream, but it's let me edit the title. November 12th is the actual date, because I started this at midnight. Okay, now it's changed. So eventually when this is saved, it'll say November 12th, 2021. Because that's when the show took place. But this was a heck of a show as far as the ending of it. And I had, this show, I mean, to not have your primary saxophone player, this was a great show. And one of the things about Ben Golder Novick is he's played with the band. He's also known as Ben the Sax Guy. He's played here. If we look at his main guest page, we're going to pull up here. They go up. And let's go across. Okay, so he's played with Dave and Tim, right? Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds would have him on. And, you've seen 3 shows in 2017. 3 in 2018. Let's just double check this. Yeah, so that's C-Mac. Just want to make sure these are all Dave and Tim. That's Dave and Tim. Yeah, the 17s are going to be Dave and Tim. Yeah, and then today was his first full band, but he's played with the band. And look at his distinct songs guested tab. He's played 541s, One Again and Again, When Anyone Seen the Bridge, One Best of What's Around. This is including tonight. A Crush, Don't Drink. You can see all these. Funny the Way It Is every day. Hershey Halloween. But if you notice, he's played Tripping Billies 4 times and 41 5 times. So I think it's good. I think you could assume they're going to play those 2 songs tomorrow. And Jen and Hines say, That Girl Is Love Us Some That Girl Is You opener. Yeah, I don't like that song. I know some people do. Listen, I know it's popular and it gets cheers, but to me, I think it's a mainstream fan favorite. I listen to people who are just casual fans, people who love the upbeat, a lot of, women love the song. Oh, he's talking about me, right? I've never been a fan of the song. Uh, it builds up into really. I, I understand the attempt to build this song from, you know, instrument by instrument and then bring in the vocals and this huge jam, but unless Preservation Hall Jazz Band is on stage, I really don't need this song. So that's why I'm glad it got played Madison Square Garden night one. So people who like the song can listen to it. And I know people who do like the song. Like I said, I'm not knocking people who like it. It's not for me. And then they go right into Best of What's Around. And this was a nice little 1-2 punch. And before you can breathe, you get Crushed and Sweet. So the first four songs, you know, to me, 3 out of 4 of those are quality, but I think most people would like all 4 of those songs. So that's a great start. Then they get to Funny the Way It Is, Don't Drink Again and Again. I like Again and Again. I love the space in the song. And I loved what Buddy was doing. I love what Buddy does now. This was a song that Dave played in 2015 and 2016 by himself. There was no keyboardist. He played on the keys. But Buddy has been picked it up since 2018, and I like what they've done with the song. Buddy being the, you know, star keyboard player, it's an awesome song, and it gets me so pumped up. So I thought that was great. And then So Damn Lucky, I thought they were gonna play like Samurai Cop or Mercy because Dave talked about. Yeah, and Mike says Again and Again is awesome, very complex composition. Oh yeah, because they're not just playing like Tim's not just playing flat chords, right? He's kind of has some syncopation and some on and offs and some some fun little runs that he does there. And same thing with Buddy, he's kind of popping in and popping out with that song. It's not an easy song to play to a T. Right, you can play the chords, but to play it like they play it, you got to really be in tune, and you have to be a top-notch musician. So it's a great song. But yeah, after Again and Again, Dave talked about how 2020, before the pandemic hit, he was like, "Hey, how could this world be weirder?" And then the pandemic hit. So I thought they were going to play Samurai Cop, but they played a So Damn Lucky, and this is a awesome song. And the Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again has just has always been a fun part of this song. And now they have Buddy kind of singing to it and the keys. So it's just, I love what this is a Madison Square Garden night where after Again and Again, it sounds like they're going to play a Samurai Cop. He's talking about the world changing. Nope. They play So Damn Lucky. Then you have a Kill the Preacher, Why I Am, a tribute to Leroy Moore. Here's where The Proudest Monkey, the Satellite. I know they're trying to bring this back. I think they've overplayed Proudest Monkey this year, but I actually do like it in moderation. But The Proudest Monkey was, I've heard it twice. I've heard it, no, 3 times. I think it's been like 3 times I've heard it. I heard it at Guilford, New Hampshire. I think I was at the Gorge and got it. And got it in Mohegan, but it's not a bad. I actually like how it's slower. It slows down the pace, especially after Where I Am. But I think Proudest Monkey is too long. I think it's been too long. And Proudest Monkey was brought back. It hasn't. I'm trying to say. I think it came back. It hasn't been played that much. Really, yeah. Because I know he's saying it's killed your last 6 years. I would agree with that, Jen and Hines, as far as the effect of it has worn off. It used to be like when I went to my first show, May 25th, 2021, it was played right here. If you see the mouse, and it was just so much more of a better experience. It doesn't hit like it used to. But they weren't playing it that much. 17 was Dave and Tim, 18 and 19. There was a couple of them. I was at that 9-1. But I think it is a bathroom break song. So there's no Jimmy thing tonight. So the Proudest Monkey is that time where you go get a bathroom. I will say this: the Satellite first verse, and this happens sometimes here and there. The Satellite first verse was awesome. It was awesome. The reason it was awesome is because you could hear Dave's guitar. I remember listening to my friend who got me into DMB. Shout out to Pete. I remember him at an open mic playing Satellite, and the chords Dave plays on that are so beautiful during the chorus. But too many times there's a attempt to layer that, and I get why, right? You want to have the horn, and back when the violin was in, they had the violin, you have the trumpet. But to me, the best thing to do in that chorus is to have, if Buddy played the keys a little louder, like Live Tracks 31, which is the one-off, just awesome version of that. But, if he did that, I think that I would love Satellite even more. So you've cried during Satellite, it just doesn't resonate with this anymore. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't. And but again, that Live Tracks for 31 version is awesome. And it's just, it's, if they played it like Live Track 31 every night, I think people's opinion of Satellite would change. But some songs just, they fade out and they fade in, and sometimes they sound better, sometimes they don't. And speaking of songs that sound great, Madman's Eyes is at the 13th spot here. And we get it right here at song number 13. And this thing sounds better and better every time I hear it. To me, it's the best dark heavy song post Big Whiskey, or actually post Stand Up era. To me, it's an amazing song there. And I see, so thank you guys for joining. I see Mike D'Agostino, you were at Mohegan, it looks like. And we have James Dombrowski. Thank you for being on. It looks like you said awesome encore. I thought the rest of the night was a disappointment for the most part. Really missing a lot without Jeff Coffin, sweet sax playing. For Sean, agreed. Veterans Day, okay. And then who else do we have? If anyone else is in here, feel free to say hi or say what up. But I see Heinz and Jen, Mike D'Agostino, and then I just read James Dombrowski. And Heinz and Jen says, and this is a good one. It's like if Minarets and What Would You Say had a baby, or if Last Stop and Minarets and What You Are had a baby. Yeah, which actually that can actually learn the other day that can happen with dogs. A dog can have a female dog can have two different male dogs, children in the same litter. Maybe some of you animal lovers knew that already, but I just learned that the other day. So, yeah, and you get, Madman's Eyes, yeah. So, no, it has elements of those songs, yeah. Last Stop, and that's just that minor pentatonic scale in various ways there, and that's just a mode of playing guitar or playing music that has that, what people say, that Egyptian sound, that Middle Eastern sound, just a minor pentatonic scale there that they work off, but they've made some magical things from that minor pentatonic there. And those are some of the songs: Minarets, What You Are, and Last Stop, and now Madman's Eyes. So that, it just sounded awesome. Love the Lie in Our Graves. What Would You Say was pretty solid, but the Lie in Our Graves. And then we have the So Much to Say bridge, Too Much. That's been getting, the last couple of years, that's been getting some heavy play counts. We're at the 20. For anyone seeing the bridge, there's 21 of So Much to Say, Too Much. And the reason there's 20 anyone seeing the bridge, I believe that's because they at the Gorge, when I went to the Gorge, they didn't play Anyone Seeing the Bridge. It said So Much to Say to too Much, I believe. Lyrical wise, what did I take from it? As far as that, I know people have said, a lot of people have said it sounds like it's from a perspective of a school shooter. I think that what I take away is that Dave is pulling from current events, and he's pulling from current events, and really that's where he's getting his yeah, that's where he's really getting it. But I think it is from perspective. And he says definitely A minor D minor. So it's an A minor pentatonic. So that it's really an A minor. Yeah. So it's yeah, because it's A minor pentatonic is oh sorry, you probably heard that. That's the thing. And that's A minor. But you're right, you have that D sharp minor. That's in the E minor. So those notes have it in there. The A minor pentatonic. I ain't gonna play the whole song. I gotta learn some of this stuff. I hope some tabs come out, because one of the things that, going to shows and seeing his hands, he's playing some of these notes, kind of like the Stone, where he's playing some of these notes and he's really like picking them really fast. And so I really gotta wait till a tab comes out, and then I can get it better. Anyway, the end of the set is pretty solid. In the typical situation was awesome, and the outro, I could tell. I was obviously heard it in Mohegan, the last full band like public show, right? Because we had this Foxborough show. It was pretty solid, but they even built on it more. Listening to on the radio last night, just the subtleties and the flows and the smooth ways they hop in and hop out. But yeah, it's nice for the fourth typical situation. Some interesting facts on the main set. This is the first Kill the Preacher in the venue and the first suite. Now, maybe I have to double check that. It says it's the first, or maybe because it's a partial. But there's the first suite. And the reason this is the first suite is because in 2012, when they were playing suite a lot, they did not play Madison Square Garden. They played the Barclays Center. And that was the day the world was supposed to end, that 2011. Or no, 2012. No, it's 2012. The Mayan calendar had ran out. 6 times out for 50 shows. Typical is one of our favorites. Yeah, it's a song that you don't see, and especially this tour, it hasn't really been played that much. I'm trying to see breakdown by album. I have seen Typical Situation 5 times in 32 shows. What? December 8th, 2012. So I've seen it twice. That's interesting. I've seen Typical Situation, my second show, December 8th, 2012, June 11th, 2016, June 22nd, 2018, June 22nd, 2019. Wow. So I saw Typical Situation the same day, 2 consecutive years, 2018 and 2019. Mansfield 2018 and Hartford 2019. That's pretty interesting. And then November 9th here. So now the encore, yeah, Typical is definitely a treat. And it's just it gives you get a vast variety of what this band can do on one song. The encore, now here's a couple of things. Typical and Everyday were switched in the main set. Singing from the Windows was added. This is the set list here. So no Windows here was on the set, and then Everyday and Typical was switched out. So, but the 2-step to Halloween, I mean, it's just an awesome thing to get. It's an awesome thing to get, and it means more because I know what Carter feels and how this is taxing on him. So when they do this, that is like the ultimate sign of respect to the crowd and to the fans when they actually have a 2-step and a two-step and a Halloween in the same show. The two-step Halloween is even just a bigger sign of respect to do that. And just one of the great closers. Oh, and Jen. So Jen saying, I've been to 7 shows, still haven't heard Typical. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a song that nowadays it's hard to get, and hopefully get it next year at Deer Creek. Hopefully that it's out there. So this is the full show. I mean, it's now under the circumstances of what happened. I like how the band says, look, we're going to do a two-step Oween to really make up for the fact Jeff isn't here. Even if Jeff was here, you probably get about the same type of show. I don't think they may have busted out one rare song or 2 rare songs that aren't here. But even so, Typical is a rare song by itself, right? So even though, like, you could say, look, that's one of those rare songs, maybe they add one more other rare song to the set list. But this is MSG night 1, and night 2 and the tour closer is going to be, that's where you have more potential to see some unknown stuff. And James says, great song. I like to see Pay for What You Get in Typical Situation a lot more often. Would be interesting to hear number 40 complete version as well. Oh, I agree with all of those. And Pay for What You Get. Shout out to Todd in Connecticut. I don't know if he's on now, but I know he's on Twitter. He loves Pay for What You Get. But this is a solid number 27. Yeah, I got that at the Gorge, which was my 27th show this year. And yeah, 27 is just a beautiful song. It's a great song, and it's an unreleased song that should have been on an album and should be played a lot more here. Now, I really think Ben the Sax Guy, my friend texted me from the show, and I agree. He just talked about how soulful it was. I kind of wish we had this soulfulness. And listen, Jeff, we wish you the best. We really hope you're able to recover from this. And he said it's mild symptoms. And but anyway, that said, when we get guests like Ben the Sax Guy or Branford Marsalis or another sax guy who's soulful, it makes it feel more like the old band. Nobody can replace Leroy Moore, but I will have anyone take a shot at trying to just, for 1 or 2 seconds of a song or 2 or 3 minutes of a show, do their best Leroy Moore. Jeff does a great job of capturing the essence of the song, but he's just a different style sax player, and that's okay. There's different style guitar players, and that's okay, right? But Ben the Sax Guy came with the soulfulness and the fullness, and really, I used to play clarinet as a woodwind player. It is all your diaphragm, which is obviously right, below your abs or underneath there. Your diaphragm and how you blow into that instrument is the difference between a soul player and other styles of play. And Jeff is still a really, really talented sax player, and he knows his role. And that's what I respect about Jeff. He knows he can't do the full Leroy Moore. Everyone plays music differently, right? And he knows that that's just not his role. Just like a quarterback can't be a wide receiver per se as good, right? They can try to impersonate it. They probably know how to run a route from high school if they had to switch it up or if they weren't always the QB1. Anyway, the point is they know how to play other positions. But sometimes the best thing to do is to play your own position. That's what Jeff does. And Jeff is amazing in his own right. But Ben the Sax Guy was just amazing at that, just making it soulful and popping in on a show like this that they could have easily went more cookie cutter than this. So I really have to say salute to Ben the Sax Guy. And let's look at this show here as well. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that we know now why the Mohegan show was moved from Monday. Oh no, it was it was moved from Wednesday, November 10th to Monday, November 8th. And that's because they wanted to have time to get to for Veterans Day, 11/11, Thursday the 11th. There's a private show for the DraftKings CEO's wife, Shannon Robbins. There were fewer than 1,000 people there that were in attendance. Jeff did not play due to COVID-19. I heard there was reports that this show cost the DraftKings CEO $4 million. Now, David Spade was there and Beck was there, so they had some firepower. And DraftKings has an office in Boston. One of my colleagues who had graduated with the same degree in communications as me works in the Boston office. Last I checked, I don't know if he's still there, but before the pandemic he was, and I think even during the pandemic he was still working for DraftKings. Maybe check LinkedIn to see if he's there. But anyway, the point is they're based out of Boston, and the thing about this, and this is what kind of makes me upset. If this was like a cancer patient, or if this was somebody who had a terminal disease, and this was some sort of special last dream concert, I would be more okay with them skipping. I'd be more okay with them skipping or moving Mohegan from Wednesday to Monday. And mind you, that change actually benefited me because this picture right here would not be night 2 if they would have had everything in schedule. So this kind of, what I say is I don't think it's a good business move for the fans. I would not have this picture right here, night 2 of Mohegan, if it wasn't for this rich person who paid the band to change their schedule. That said, I empathize with people who had to change their plans because of this show, right? Because this show was here, people had to rebook their hotel for Monday instead of Wednesday. In Mohegan, because it was not a venue era, they did not give them the same early bird price if you booked it early. If you booked it years ago, right? Because people booked this before the pandemic initially, then they switched it over, they moved it, right? Then they slide it over to these dates, and they may have had an easier time with no extra charge. But now people who booked Wednesday at Mohegan Sun had to book Monday. Some people couldn't change their work schedule, right? We have first responders, we have teachers. I talked to someone whose wife was a teacher, and he was there. His wife was not there. So just looking at this, I think that it was not a cool move for this, and I'll be using FanDuel. All right. If I get into fantasy, paid fantasy, weekly fantasy, I'm using FanDuel, not DraftKings, because this dude, Mr. Robbins, screwed up the entire flow of the Mohegan weekend after other delays already in this because of COVID, right? They moved this. So this was at Gillette Stadium. And Gillette Stadium, for those who don't know, Gillette Stadium is not just a football field. They have shops. They have a hotel on site. It's like a whole little amusement park. They have a shopping mall, and they also have special conference rooms and gathering areas at the stadium for events like this. I don't know exactly where this was. There's a few thousand people in attendance, but they actually have large gathering spaces you can rent out at this venue in the club level and behind one of the end zones. So I don't know exactly where it was, but this is a state-of-the-art venue that has entertainment spaces. And I mean, that was just, this thing screwed people out of money. Thousands of extra dollars had to be spent for people to adjust or to just cut their losses and sell their tickets, or get rid of their hotel room if they could transfer it to someone because of this. So that's all I'll say about that. The next thing I want to get to is the poster, and Todd Slater. Shout out to Todd Slater. He did a heck of a job. Now, let me bring you guys back to, and I said night 1. This is actually November 9th, which would have been night 2. So give me one moment. So if you guys see this on November 9th, this was in the afternoon, right as everyone was waiting to see the Mohegan Night 2 poster. Everyone was like, oh no, when are they going? When are they going to do it? When are they like, what's going to be the show? So we see this thing, sneak peek, and it's a rhino with eyes, and that's a DMB logo, right? And so we get this, and then I'm like, oh no, this is coming Mohegan Night too. And we get obviously an awesome poster, a poster that brings, Hartford logos, the artist's famous logo, and a Whalers logo and a pizza logo. And I got that poster. So that was one, this was a sneak peek. And then lo and behold, it's for Madison Square Garden Night 1. This poster is awesome. And Hines and Jen say it's just missing a fire dancer. If they had a fire, that would have been like the icing on the cake. I still think, though, what I've been saying is pick a couple different symbols. So we have the rhino, and look, the rhino has a baby, so it's a pregnant rhino. And Slater confirmed this on a post. Shout out to DMB Mamas. DMB Mamas reposted this, and he confirmed, yes, it's a pregnant, because she referenced, oh, it looks like it's a pregnant rhino. And Slater confirmed, shout out to Todd Slater, he confirmed that this was a pregnant rhino. You have this awesome pattern of the sun. You have a tree, right? That's your dreaming tree. That's what we'll call it. And we have some Dave Matthews Band with a light teal and a darker blue, a light teal, darker blue. I like that alternating there. And we have this nice little outer kind of branchy blue. And then at the back, you have this, this yellow at the corner. Looks like it's grass or something. This green stuff isn't part of the poster, but that's beautiful. And again, it's so simple. You pick a rhino. The rhino has a baby in it. You pick a sun outprint, and then you have some blue branch like out, at the outer out. I'm not pronouncing all that. I'm not describing it in as smoothly as possible, but this is so simple. My issue with a lot of the posters this year is they're too goofy looking or they're too abstract. And there's nothing wrong. Every touring year, you have abstract posters, right? It's just part of art. People enjoy art in different ways, and that's okay, right? There's different strokes for different folks. But my issue, again, is the fact that some of these posters are just too odd. They're too weird looking, and not in a good way. And there have been so many posters that just aren't, to me, worth it. But this is a poster that is just awesome. And Todd Slater does a great job. He had the best, arguably one of the best or the best drive-in poster. To me, this is top 5. Right. And Heinz Jen says, I think for most of us, it resonates with DMB fans. It's simple and clean. Right. And that's what Dead & Company's been doing all year. When their tour had less stops, but they were just simple. I don't think it's political, James, and we're not going to get into the politics, all that stuff, because also the band's very liberal, right? And again, I don't want to get into a political conversation. That's not what I'm here for. But it's not that. The rhino has been there's extinct. Rhinos are becoming extinct. Different variations of rhinos. I think like the white rhino and some other rhino types are close to extinction, and the band has donated and felt, that's a cause they believe in saving the rhinos. So that's why it's a DMB. It's been on tickets, right? It's been on different things. And Dave has had it on guitars. So it's an animal that he, just like the Grateful Dead have the bears, the rhino is one of those animals that he uses, right? Sometimes he has the proudest monkey, but this is a rhino, and the fans love the rhino. They love it, right? They're on the water bottles for Reverb, some of one of the tour years, I believe. So it's a awesome representation of what, one of the things that we associate with the band. It's simple. It less is Leroy Moore, is what I say. Less is more. And this is what it does. Shout out to Todd Slater. Let me go back to some of these other comments here because I just saw them. So James Dombrowski's, I have the same feeling for the Talk House show. Hard to fault the band for the opportunity, but the look isn't great. The band prides its relationship with a very loyal, I think dedicated. Here's the thing though, and here's the thing about Talk House. The Talk House show, it was an attempt to bring Dave Matthews Band fans to really enjoy this. And the problem is it's such an intimate setting for a Dave solo show that it's hard to kind of see who's going to come in. Once you invite these people, what's going to happen? The issue was people were liquored up, right? It was evening time, and the people who happened to be there were some people who really were diehard fans, but it only took, it could have been 25% of the venue for them that were talking over everyone else, and Dave himself. So the Talk House show, I don't blame on the band. It just was the fans. This was on the fans. This specific thing with the DraftKings, wife of the DraftKings CEO, this is more of the fact the band had a committed date and moved it for this person, right? And they could have went back to back, right? And then had an extra day off, right? They could have went Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. If they had to do a smaller show, do a smaller show. He was going to pay money for, even if they did 4 or 5 songs, and that was it, right? Maybe not as much, but you're still going to get a nice bag to do a smaller show. But no secure. That's the thing is, this show straight out, they have it's less security, it's less liability, it's less people, and you're getting your regular rate as if you were to play a full band show at Mohegan. For pretty much like $4 million spent on this. Even if Dave got $1 million, that's much more easy money than trying to get a tour, the insurance and everything for a full arena for the band, the health, dental, and all that stuff, safety. But I think this is different. But yeah, they try to, they wanted to, someone had the money and they wanted to try to give it a special payment. And Dave's done conferences, like he did a Target conference for the corporate headquarters in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And then Mike says, would be nice if there was a charity component rather than some CEO trying to impress his wife, right? So, I agree. To move it, again, you can have it on an off day, but to move it, and Mike's right, money talks. It sure does. And we'll talk about tomorrow in a second. Let me see. Yeah, Mike says Rhino under the dreaming tree. Yeah. What else do we have that I may have missed? But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on those things there as far as the show. But I'm just disappointed. That's just me. I'm disappointed. Some of it's the band, but some of it's DraftKings. Like, I would love to know more about what exactly made it like that, especially when, again, we have been waiting for this show here in Connecticut for 2 years. It was supposed to be at the beginning of the tour in 2020. Then it was supposed to be the beginning of the tour in 2021, right? And here we are. And, then all of a sudden it's moved and people are like, oh, maybe there's a new album, maybe it's promo. No, it's someone paid money, and money does talk. And the band does say, Dave said, if you give, you begin to live. People start talking, oh, Dave is this. Nah, Dave is about his money. Okay. Dave is about making that money. Now he does, there's certain limitations to, he's not going to cross certain lines, but at the same time, man, he's about his money. It's about his money. Heinz and Jen said this is one of the best tours since 2013. They showed up night after night, gave us tour debuts almost every show. Yes. And the thing is, too, the worst shows of the tours, there were definitely a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 tour shows where you're like, forget this festivals, right? Cookie cutter festivals, they're playing to a base, right? The majority of people want the popular songs. But the regular, like specific Dave Matthews Band shows, outside of a couple that were kind of like, everything had a little bit of something for everything and had a nice balance. And people are going to find ways to hate on these shows. And look, I'm critical of certain songs. I don't like That Girl Is You. Listen, I hope they don't play She tomorrow. I really do. I hope they don't play She. I hope they're like, it's MSG. We're not going to play She. People paid a lot of money for these tickets. Hotels are not cheap, right? We're not playing She. But I think overall, there's something for everyone in these sets this year. And they've had so many tour debuts, as Heinz and Jen say. There was so many tour debuts. And expectations for tomorrow. I think, again, I'm looking at the Ben the Sax guy. We pull that up. And again, if we go over here, right, I think we're getting number 41. And I think we're also getting Trippin' Billies, right? Those are ones that he has comfort on. And this is what we saw with The Gorge. We saw that certain songs Tony had played on bass. Tony had played certain songs on bass before. In the first night, they were playing a lot of Some Devil, Dave's solo album, Some Devil stuff for that. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to have those 2 songs. I agree with Heinz and Jen, the What You Are. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's why I wanted to go to MSG. They've had What You Are in 2010. I think it was night 1. Yep, so What You Are, night 1 at the Encore. This is the perfect spot for me. I actually like it. Oh, that's awesome. A dive-in Encore 1. Like, this is the type of stuff to look out for. Maybe we will get a dive-in Encore 1 again. But What You Are, I really think we're going to get that. Like I said, 41. And then let me go to my Instagram, because what I did is I actually play this for you guys. I'll play for you away from you. Oh, I also, by the way, we'll get to that in a moment. We'll get to that in a moment. Oh, I was dancing. That was fun. Let's go back here. All right, I'm back. So yeah, that was kind of what I was doing for. That was a funky version that we saw again from this 2010 show, and then they did it in 2018 as well. They did this funky intro. So they've done this twice at Madison Square Garden. They were first, it was night 2. This was night 1, I believe. Or wait, hold on. And someone mentioned about hold on, 2030. So they did it on the encore. They played "What You Are." They played 4 times at Madison Square Garden. So yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna get it. This time it goes back. First time is 2010. It was night 2. 2018 night 1. So 2021 is gonna be night 2. I'm hoping for that. I'm really hoping for that. And but yeah, I think we may get like a Raven. May get us. I was thinking "Say Goodbye," but now without the flute, I don't know. Maybe we get a "Last Stop." We could get a "Thank You" with Dumpster Funk, Mike. You're right, because they're gonna try to fill in with covers. I hope though that we don't get a Watchtower. I don't want a Watchtower. Don't want a Watchtower. Don't want a "You and Me." Don't want a "She." But I mean, I'm gonna enjoy the show. Whatever they're gonna play is the final show of the tour. Jeff is, and again, when this COVID thing happens, like the Gorge and like tonight and or like Friday and Saturday for this weekend, I'm gonna have a little bit more mercy about what they play. But I do hope we get some surprises, and I know Madison Square Garden is an awesome place. Now let me show you some of my reactions during the show here, and this is on Instagram, ConcertViz34. Yo, this is sick. Okay, buddy. I hear you, buddy. Two-step. David John. Let's go. MSG, the Garden. The Garden. Let's go. This is epic. I already can tell. I'm not even done with it yet. It's already epic. Yeah, so those are some of my reactions. I was at a hockey game earlier. So at the beginning of the... You said "Hope No Say Goodbye." What are you talking about? Yo, I would love "Say Goodbye." It's such a great song, and also it's a song where not Stefan, where Sean does not blare absurdly loud. I love "Say Goodbye." Thinking Christmas song, not a big deal. Raven doesn't work without Jeff. They could play Raven without Jeff. Listen, Raven can work, and plus Ben the sax guy probably can have a solo. Raven's not in a complex key either. What is it like? Raven is not a hard, like, what Jeff does to improvise, I think Ben the sax guy. I think you could, because all it is like what? Like Raven is not a hard song to play. That's what I'm saying. Like the key it's in, everything is set up. Now it's a very smooth song, but it's like it's not. Again, all I'm saying is that it's like it's not, because like what he's doing, he's just playing sax. All Raven really just takes a smooth sax player, and that's what Ben the sax guy is. Because all David's gonna be doing is I haven't played this song in a minute. Yeah, because all it is what you got in your set list. The guitar tech said to me, I got what you are for Marcus. AK Conservates 34. Please don't play she, you know. It's the only song I hate. All right. I'm freestyling. Let me stop. Yeah, it's like, what's it? Please don't play Jimmy Thunder She. It's the only songs I hate. It'll take a lifetime to undo the scars from listening to those songs. And then what's the other part? I'm trying to look this up. Dang, it's been a minute since I played this. Oh, conservates to his seat, anxiously awaits for the cell song. I don't know what it's. And then what's the chorus? Oh, then it's what these. It's like these recently chords. All right, let me stop. I'm wasting y'all time. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Keep bashing she. There is a she. What's the song? Who plays she? There's a she I like. Is it Sum 41? I think it's, or is it Blink-182? She. Oh no, it's Green Day. I think it's Green Day. Is it? Yeah, this is the she I like, guys.
No, I'm gonna get on my scooter. No, my scooter. No, I'm gonna get on my bicycle. I'm gonna get on my taco truck. I'm gonna get on my taco truck. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go down
Oh, fair use for this clip. This is the she I like.
the strip. I'm gonna smash up against the window. I'm gonna smash up against the window. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go and smash up against one because I got a pet rock. I got a pet rock too. I got a pet rock. That's really cool. I got a pet rock. It's more like it's like a worry stone. It's a worry stone. You take it. You worry. Silence. She screams in silence. A sullen riot penetrating through her mind. Wait for a shine. So smash in silence with a brick of self-control. Why you let her be the world that's been planned for you? Why you feeling like a social zone without a hill? Maddening until my ears bleed.
That's the she I like. They can cover that. The band can cover that, right? Do some good. I heard you hate say goodbye. There's no more. All right, I'll stop goofing around. I've been waiting for what you are for many years. But you know where I'll be found when what you are comes around. Another turning point, a Jimmy thing night too. I go to the bathroom cause I'm sick of this song too. I wanna what you are, want to break free. Just don't follow up with you and me. Something unpredictable, in the end it's right. They should close off with shotgun tonight. In 2018, I got God Kill the King. In 2013, got JTR and Broken Things. In 2013, I got my dreaming tree. Got a blue water and sick of you and me. Something unpredictable, in the end it's right. I hope you break free at the end of the night. Oh my gosh, I can't really do that. Anyway, y'all got me carried away. But yeah, so there's songs I want, there's songs I don't want, but ultimately, I love this band. So whenever they're gonna play, they're gonna play. I'm gonna have a wonderful night. Oh, by the way, this was another throwback. This was the last time I went to the Garden. This is in May of 2021, the Knicks playoff game. This is pretty awesome. I'm not even a Knicks fan, but my dad, family friend, got us tickets to this game, and my dad's a huge Knicks fan. He didn't have anyone to go with. My mom didn't want to go, so this was fun. This was in May. This was the largest event in the state of New York in an arena since the pandemic. This is in May of 2021, since before the pandemic began. It's the largest event. So this was pretty cool. I will say, I have to check in with people. Madison Square Garden has a better staffed venue. If you notice in this video, they took out some risers. They were at like 80, 90% capacity because, everything was still coming back and reopening. So there's some empty seats in the bottom right corner. That was a non-vaccinated section. So they had people spread out a little more. But Madison Square Garden is the best arena for concerts, for sporting events, as far as arenas, right? You have ballrooms, you have theaters that are better quality for concerts, but for arenas, there's nothing better. Look, that's the roof. The roof is so, like, the upper deck is as close to the roof as possible, but the roof is low. It's a low-hanging roof. So it feels like you're sitting on top of the lower level. It's a very intimate venue. I've been on the floor for Billy Joel. I've been behind the stage for Billy Joel. I've sat in the lower level for basketball games, seen my UConn Huskies win the Elite Eight and be the East Regional champions in 2014. They ended up winning the national championship that year. I've seen some Knicks games, some neutral site college basketball games. It is the best indoor arena in the world to me. Still got to go to Staples Center. I've heard great things about that. My dad, too, when he was on business, he saw his Knicks one year. And, Jen's been there for a Rangers game. The Rangers are actually very expensive. I'm a diehard hockey fan. I just came from a hockey game. But the Flyers are my team. When the Flyers and Rangers play, it's a rivalry. Tickets are over $200 for a decent seat. So I'm hoping it's on a bucket list to go, but I've heard great things about hockey there. But yeah, so that's MSG. There's no warehouse pit line. If you're watching this and going tomorrow, they sent it in an email, but there's no warehouse pit line. That's how I got. The reason I was here, just to give you guys who may have not been in the pit, the reason I was here is because most venues, the majority of venues, if you have a warehouse ticket like I did from my warehouse account, they let you go in 15 minutes before everyone else. So I was camped out in the warehouse line, and it's much less people in the pit have warehouse tickets, and that's how I got here. Madison Square Garden, it's first come, first serve. And I heard today from a friend, if you go in, you're out. No, sorry, if you run. So if you're going to the pit tomorrow, if you sprint or run, they said they're going to kick you out. So they were having people walk to the pit as they're getting people one by one in. So they had some strict rules there just to make sure people weren't being unruly or ruining the flow of who was in line by sprinting ahead of people. So just be careful if you're going to Mohegan Sun. I mean, not Mohegan Sun, Madison Square Garden. Oh, you saw the Rangers Thrashers in 06. Okay. So that was, yeah. So the arena probably looked a lot different. They actually renovated it in 2012, 2011, between 2010 and 2012, they were renovating it, but I've been to the old garden before they renovated it. Actually, there's an older garden, but that's a whole different story. It's like this is the fourth version of Madison Square Garden, but it's a wonderful venue. It's a wonderful venue. All right, we got Tony C, who's actually from North Jersey, out by the Meadowlands, but he's in the greater Detroit area. Thank you for coming on, and we're just talking about the show and everything that's going on for tomorrow. I will be down there tomorrow for MSG Night 2. And yeah, so, oh yeah, still light blue seats. Yeah, they kept at the very, very top of the venue, they kept some of those seats the same, but everything else has been renovated. They had a couple of different colors, and now most of the seats are black, but the upper back corners, upper ends behind the goals or behind the baskets at the very top 300 level are about the same. And they also have this thing called the Chase Bridges, which are bridges that overlook. It's like a skybox, but it's kind of literally on top of the venue. So some pretty cool stuff. Tony C says the Sirius XM feed was awesome. Yeah, Sirius XM feed was awesome. And it was just a great show. A great show, the great quality. The indoor shows just sound better. Is it available tomorrow? I don't know. And the reason I say that, I tried to listen back to the show last week. I mean, on Friday, and I couldn't listen. Like I couldn't find. If I tuned in when they were doing the replay, I could hear it, but I couldn't find it on demand. Let me see what's going on. Friday Night Concert Series. I'm just looking on my phone right now to see. Friday Night Concert Series. Yeah. It says like the ones from over the summer. Atlanta, Denver, New York. September 24th. Oh, the Central Park. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what happened, but it's like you have to listen to Sirius XM to get the latest ones. I don't know. Tonight would have been the next level with Jeff. Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, Ben the Sax guy, we were talking about this, Tony C, earlier. He was so soulful. And it's just Jeff doesn't have that full sound that Leroy had, and that's okay. Sax players are built differently. Right? Just like guitar players, just like athletes are built differently, and there's pros and cons. But yeah, it would have been, I think with Jeff, you would have had a more comfort to really put on a heck of a set and put on jams, knowing that you have your main person who's been with this band since, Leroy passed and been guesting with the band since 1997 in Hartford. That was his first guesting. Yeah, the what would you say? Yep, Ben the Sass guy just while he was going in. Um, but that's the thing is I like this different perspective. And when I saw Branford Marsalis with the band in 2015, my first pitch show, I was same thing. It was just different perspective, bringing in someone with a little different sax sound. It's pretty awesome. And that's the thing is it's nice to hear other people. Uh, what I expect tomorrow night, like I said, what you are, a 41 because Ben the Sax Guys played 41 a bunch of times with Dave and Tim. A Tripping Billy's because he's played that a bunch of times, so they're gonna anchor those songs in and then add around it. Could we see Warren Haynes? We could. It's possible. I think you see Dumpster Funk come in, maybe a Jimmy. I hope we don't get Jimmy thing, but I think there's gonna be some sort of song where they work them in. Maybe they think uh, Tony Hall as well to say, hey, this dude stepped in during the gorge. Maybe they give Buddy a little bit of acknowledgement. Hey, looking back, a Bayou. They could listen. I'm not even going to consider that, Mike. You're my boy, but I hope there's no Bayou. I really hope there is. But again, that's a song that that anyone can hop on and have a fun time. It's possible. It's always possible. Oh my gosh. I just realized I was not even plugged into the Ethernet. This cord was not plugged in to my computer. I'm on the Wi-Fi. Not that it really, I mean, I feel like I get, when you're wired in, you get a little bit of better connection. Is it going to switch me over? But yeah, trying to think if I got everything that I needed to get in. Yeah, another thing Tony C will be talking about is That Girl Is You. We love this band, such a great tour. Honestly, over exceeded our expectations. They still have it. Yeah. We're going to have a tour wrap-up show at some point next week. So stay tuned for that, and we'll look at some of the stuff. Your buddy's looking for number 40 tomorrow, so I'm sending those vibes. Hey, I receive it. I'm taking them down and putting them in my pocket. It would be awesome. A full number 40, a partial number 40, whatever we get, it's a special song with special chords and special meanings. So listen, I would love to get that. But I definitely think we're gonna see. I don't know about the last stop, and I know people are saying that it is the last stop. We could get it, right? Ben the sax guy can really play on some stuff. But I think again the 41, that's a song people can guest on. That was the first song Jeff ever guested on, was number 41 in Hartford of 97. That's Live Tracks 47. Is it 47? I think it's 47. Look that up because I got the Live Tracks. Yeah, Mike, I'm going tomorrow. I was actually at a hockey game tonight, UConn versus BC, and it's a rivalry game. Yeah, Live Tracks 47, Meadows Music Theater. So Live Tracks 47 and Live Tracks 57 are both Hartford, which is pretty cool. They had a 10 off. Yeah, Madman's Eyes. Yeah, Tony C, we talked about that. It gets better. It just gets better with every listen. Madman's Eyes. Hines and Jensen, hoping for a Little Thing, Shotgun. Number 40. I think you meant number 4, number 40, and What You Are. Or Shotgun at number 4 and What You Are, number 17. I'll see what I can do as far as taking good footage. I'm going to be on the floor. Let me see if I can find my picture of Billy Joel. William Joel. Hold on. I've been on the floor for Billy Joel, and I'm kind of in a similar area that I was in for that show. Let's see if I can. Photos. Mobile uploads. Let's see, we gotta go way back. I'm just going through my. See if we can go here. That's Grateful Dead, Houston Rodeo, Flyers, Blues. Back when the Flyers had, back when the Blues had Vladimir Tarasenko. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, that's the Tom Brady 400 touchdown pass versus Jacksonville. That's J. Cole. I'm going through my pictures. This was cool. This was when I was behind home plate. I know you guys can't see these pictures. Right? Hold on, let me see it. Yeah, check this one out. This is when I was at Fenway Park. Diehard Yankees. Yankees swept this series. My job got me those tickets. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, those seats were pretty nice. Oh, the poster tomorrow is Eads. First poster in 3 years. Yeah. I know the Gorge one and the SPAC ones from Eads they both are just coveted. This is what I don't know if you can see, but this was like about 20 rows back for this is Billy Joel in what was this 2015. This is 6 years ago. That's kind of the view that I may have. I don't know. The biggest thing is the pit because my friend took pictures and took a video for me today, so I could kind of get an idea. I may be a little further back because there's a pit, slightly, maybe 5 feet back from here. Yeah, let's go Yankees, Tony C. Yeah, and stay tuned, guys. I gotta check in to see if because I'm gonna be staying overnight in New York City. The post show stream may actually be Sunday. It may be Sunday because, as you guys know, when I'm on the road, like I've had some disconnects, and it's gonna be New York City tight. I'm sure there's gonna be a full hotel. But yeah, I hope there's a break free. I hope there's a break free, break for it. Any of the breaks, a beach ball, any of those B's, break free, beach ball, or break for it. I will take any of those. And what you are, and honestly, just getting what you are would just make my night. Not that I don't want other stuff, but like that's the thing. That's where I'm at right now. And I know Hines and Jen, you guys have been to, especially Hines, you've been to tons of shows. Here, you've been over 50, 60 shows. You gave the stats here. Let me go back. Go back in the chat here. Because you talked about the typical situations 6 times out of 50 shows. I think is what you said. Yeah, it was like 6 times 50 shows. Yeah, so, but like, listen, at this point, if I could just get 1 or 2 rare things that I haven't heard before, that's a win for me. Just one thing, right? Like getting Dive In. What did I get? I got Dive In from Mohegan. Yeah, that was my first dive in ever, and my first Madman's Eyes on night one of Mohegan, and then I got my second Broken Things ever Mohegan night two, but I already heard it. Anyway, stay tuned. Have I caught minarets? Yeah, I've caught minarets a bunch of times. Again, yeah, I've got minarets, and it's an awesome song, especially with the Carter rap and the what is it? One of my favorite parts, and this is how you know this is just extra hours, I guess. We're gonna keep going. You guys are still on and engaged. I love that part of it. Like that part of it. Da, 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 da. Oh. Like I love that percussiveness of it. And then that. I love that, like just that percussiveness of that song, and he's using the open chords because this is open and then this is open. So the open E and the open A, and that's like that. This is from I love it. It really has that trio. Like if you ever know, like so trios are just like Rush is a trio, Green Day is a trio. John Mayer has a John Mayer trio where he doesn't have his whole band behind him. It's just the bass player. When Dave was making songs like Minarets, he didn't have Tim Reynolds playing full time with the band, right? He didn't have Rashawn Ross, right? So what Dave had to do was he has a sax player playing over him. He may have a violin player playing with him, but he didn't have a keys player at the time. So when he's doing all this stuff, he's kind of more of the lead guitar because even though he's playing a rhythm guitar, but he doesn't have as many people behind him. He doesn't have a full band backing him. He has talented people, but he doesn't have all these accessory type players. We don't need Tim Reynolds on 41, right? All you need is this. That's all you need, right? But that's why the power of Dave's percussiveness. He makes things sound so full by himself. Hey, John, can we call you, John? Did you get back? We got to hear what you said. John, are you available? Just say yes. But I love how Dave switches from the, and then he goes, you get that variety in what he's playing. You're not available. All right, fair enough. But I look forward. I'm going to be going down, and thank you for John and his friends. I'll be hanging out with them tomorrow night after the show, and they're going to also be providing me with a little bit of a place to stay. Because once I realized I wanted to stay in New York, which I should have known, man. I live 2 hours away. I didn't want to come back home. I was like, yo, these hotels are wilding. So they're going to let me stay with them. You got 2 posters. Yep, and John, we're gonna try to help a brother out tomorrow. As we said, I'm gonna be posted up in that line, and we'll get you that poster. I don't need any more posters. I don't. I bought 2 in Mohegan, and listen, I got an apartment. And so we'll see. But yeah, it's beautiful. That post is beautiful. John sent me that and sent me some photos of it. And I know people have been posting photos of it. But yeah, that's all I got really for right now. It's just us. I think this is a good night one for all the circumstances considered. This was a great night one, and that, like, again, another roadblock that the band is at its best when it faces adversity. When things are perfect, it's not good. They're like Mary J. Blige, right? You listen to Mary J. Blige, her music's not like Taylor Swift. If Taylor Swift is oh, I just realized if John O is watching, both the Johns in this that support this channel love Taylor Swift. John Dixon and John O Oko, who I met up with twice at Mohegan. He was posting that Taylor Swift is redoing all her albums so that she can then get the royalties from them, which is a pretty brilliant move. Y'all both like Taylor Swift, but Taylor Swift, when she doesn't have an ex to complain about, right? You know, her music doesn't hit for her fan base, right? She got to have an ex. She got to fall in love with the wrong guy. Like if Taylor Swift was married, that's it. Oh, Taylor Swift is playing SNL tomorrow. Don't give up on the posters, sirs, 'cause you need to get night two. You need to beat everyone out for the posters. Line up early. Line up early. She needs a writing team like Beyonce. Talking about Taylor Swift. Yeah, Beyonce does have like a full writing team. Like everybody's written for Beyonce. And Taylor Swift does kind of write her own stuff, right? To her credit, but not always my cup of tea, right? I could like she's crying over the bad boy she dated. Like no one, like who thought it was smart to date John Mayer, right? Everybody knows John Mayer's bad. Like some of the dudes she was dating, it's like, yo, it's like, why would you date John Mayer? Why would you date this dude? Like, really? Taylor, are you dumb? Anyway, shout out to Taylor Swift. I don't want the Taylor Swifties coming after me. Salute to the Taylor Swift gang, Taylor Swift army. Oh, we should get some Blackbird. A Blackbird cover, right? I'd rather have a Blackbird cover than if they end on Watchtower, I will personally be upset safely in a non-threatening way because I'm not here to make any threats towards the Dave Matthews Band. I love them, right? For any of the feds listening, but they better not end on Watchtower. John Diggs says John Mayer's the white future. He used to be. He's kind of getting soft. Like he made a sob rock album, right? So he's softening up, but he used to be the white future. Although we'll see how Future is in his 40s. But yeah, John Mayer was the white future. He was breaking all sorts of hearts. Yeah, Mayor Vandross. Man. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, let's get the rap board out. Forgot about this. Yeah, forgot about this. Yeah, John Mayer is the
Hendrix. Hey, hey, woo, woo.
Forgot about this, guys. The rap board. I forgot about the rap board. You can do these effects.
Montana. Huh? Crack. Worse. Yeah. Hey, yeah, boy. Ghost ride the whip. Easy motherfucking E.
Oh, well. Sorry, kids, if you heard Easy E.
Hey.
Got Quavo.
Go. Me go. Hey. Big takeout. Hey. Get out. Hey. LaFleur. Straight up. Hey.
Oh, actually, no, we can't do the Travis Scott ones. But yeah, this is, if you look on the rap board here, I'll show you guys. There it is. You can play all these effects. Watch the algorithm. Yeah.
Cheer. I'm focused, man.
Cheer. Damn. Huh?
Hey, baby.
Yeah. Holla.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. So listen, guys, tomorrow we're gonna take John. John is in New York City for the first time. He's disgusted with all the trash and dirt and grimy stuff on the streets here. So we're gonna get him some Timberlands and a New York fitted tomorrow. Welcome
I'm
to New York
focused,
City.
man. Cheer. Young Hova, you heard? It's the rock. It's your boy. Jigga man. Woo. Yes, sir.
Gonna get him. We're gonna take him to the childhood home of Fat Joe.
Ow!
We're gonna have him meet up with French Montana, right?
It's 50. 21. 2 chains.
Right, we're gonna get him, take him to some local spots, so he can really get to the New York.
Yeah.
Get him out to Harlem.
Hey.
What?
So yeah, if you're ever bored, just check out this www.therapboard.com.
It's showtime. God damn it. It's showtime.
You can check out all these. There's Akon.
Convict music. Okay.
We got Big Sean for Tony C out in Detroit.
Whoa there.
Cash money. 100. Cash money.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Bow Wow. All right. Anyway, I'm getting carried away, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow. John, how's the internet in the hotel? You think I could stream from there? How's the internet in the hotel? How's the Wi-Fi? Let me know on the back end, and we'll see.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Oh, whoa.
What?
All right, so we're going to close out the show. Thank you guys for watching. And we're going to... Oh, the Wi-Fi is bad. Yeah, so maybe I'll do it. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, guys. I probably will just then do the stream Sunday. But thank you guys for the support. Thank you for all the new watchers who may be watching this for the first time, who some people saw my videos from this week, and people I met in the pit line. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for help do the HBO special, help a brother out special. Like, comment, subscribe, and continue to bring your input. Whether you agree with me, you disagree, this is always a great place for us to have discussions and see different perspectives. But it's your boy ConsertViz34. We're going to end out here and have a great night. James, thank you again for being on. I think this is the first time I've seen you on here, but thank you for being part of this. And yes, I will enjoy the tour closer tomorrow night, New York City. All right, you guys take care. Peace.
saw you there, I dropped my bags. Little baby love, what have you done? Off the phone, the cops came in. They're tying up a few loose ends. Somebody drive me away. It's too late for talking now, so drive me away. I don't feel upside down. Somebody drive me away. I wish I could disappear. Drive me away. Oh, let me stay there. Remember how you used to play. Remember how you used to run. Baby, did you forget how to run away? I don't think I could even take a breath. Somebody drive me away.